I did a stream on whatever day that was, Monday, Tuesday, that discussed the I'm blanking out, that discussed the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. But when I talked about the ending, I didn't really see what the people on social media were saying. And the waste, and I'm gonna say now, we can easily say now, Kamala Harris won that debate, right? Now the reason we can say that now is because of how the supporters feel about it. Kamala Harris supporters feel like she did amazing. She embarrassed them. Trump sounded stupid. And Trump supporters feel like he got cheated, right? So if you leave the situation feeling like you got cheated or whatever like that, that means if you leave it feeling like you got cheated and your fans is like, no, we demand another one. Let's do it somewhere outside of ABC. That was whack. That was trash. This person is a sorority sister or Kamala Harris. Like they just felt they was looking for anything, right? When you leave looking like that, that means your people felt like you got bodied and they're looking for any excuse now to justify why it looks so bad. So that was a huge win for Kamala Harris. I honestly think with us being like 50 days away, almost a little bit more than 50 days away, and then Trump working with Vance, I think choosing JD Vance was the single biggest mistake Trump made this entire election cycle. Probably his biggest political mistake since he's been in politics. Bringing on JD Vance, like JD Vance is a verbal loose cannon. He just be saying anything, and he will say anything. He says stupid stuff all the time, but then he's saying stuff that Trump then has to come back and say, I never said that. I don't even agree with that. I don't know where he got that from. So that's terrible. I think JD Vance must be out here trying to sabotage Trump's campaign because there's no way they're about to win now. So Kamala Harris is for sure about to be the first lady president. Shout out to her for doing what she had to do. I mean, some people only care to do what they have to do to win. They're not trying to go above and beyond. They just want to do the thing. It's about analytics. It's about paying attention to the people. It's about making sure you hit the right states, making sure you talk to the right people, make sure you hit the right talking points. Medical debt, school debt, homeowners assistance, and immigration. You make sure you hit them hot button topics, and that's all you got to do. Right? So let me pull up, actually, because we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Kamala Harris actually dropped her agenda right before the debate. So she was smart enough to do that. And that was great strategy right there. So that couldn't be brought up and used against her in the debate. Very good tactic on her part. And like I told y'all before, I'm not even a fan of the stuff she got going on. But if she does something that's smart, that makes sense, I got to call it like I see it. You understand? Got to call it like I see it. Oh, a new way and it's only fair that if we critique her for not having her agenda posted for all these months, we have to show the agenda when she posted. It's only right. You know what I'm saying? You got to do politics on a fair note if you are somebody that's on the reporting side of it like me, on the content creator side, right? Let me read these comments real quick. Let me see. What does that say? Zandar said, I don't think Zachary is going to go. And do you guys think Love was drunk on Thursday? I don't know if she was drunk. She was definitely slow. She was slow reacting on Thursday for sure. You don't think Zachary is going to go what? Testify? Zachary is a major witness. He has to. They're 1,000% got to testify. I mean, he's as far as the information that he has on crimes and stuff like that. Zachary is up there with like DK and how important of a witness he is. He's 1,000% being called to testify. So yeah, that's not like they gonna call him. House of Brand said he always feels like he got cheated. Zendara said I agree because he don't even like Trump. Facts. Rebecca said, I didn't think Trump looked that bad. I don't think there's a chance Kamala will win. No, yeah, I don't think that he was looking bad. But when I looked at social media and I seen how his fans were responding, they felt like he got dogged because they felt like it wasn't fair. They were saying it was 3 against 1. It was Kamala, the 2 moderators versus him. They felt like he was being fact-checked too much. Kamala wasn't being fact-checked. So they felt like he got abused up there. So, I'm not sure. Now, on to Ms. Harris's policy, a new way forward. Vice President Harris and Governor Walz are fighting for a new way forward that protects our fundamental freedoms, strengthens our democracy, and ensures every person has the opportunity to not just get by, but to get ahead. As a prosecutor, attorney general, senator, and now vice president of the United States, Kamala Harris always stood up for the people against predators, scammers, and powerful interests. She promises to be a president for all Americans, a president who unites us around our highest aspirations, and a president who always fights for the American people. From the courthouse to the White House, that has been her life's work. All right, we're just going to go to the joints. Cuts tax. Let's just read the overviews and we could tap in, right? She wants to cut taxes for middle-class families. She wants to make rent more affordable and home ownership more attainable. She wants to grow small businesses and invest in entrepreneurs. She wants to take on bad actors and bring down costs. When she says bad actors, I'm guessing she means in price gouging, right? She wants to see how they do me? Get that off my. She wants to strengthen and bring down the cost of healthcare. She wants to protect and strengthen Social Security and Medicare. She wants to support American innovation and workers, and she wants to provide a pathway to the middle class through quality, affordable education. She wants to invest in affordable child care and long-term care and lower energy costs and tackle climate change. Then look what they put at the end. Trump's Project 2025 agenda. I need them to not call other people liars if they're going to keep on calling that Trump's plan. That is not Trump's plan. That is the Heritage Project. That don't have nothing to do with Trump. That's the Heritage Project. So, Trump has done and said enough stuff for you to critique and just talk about the stuff he actually did. When y'all continue to say that this Project 2025 plan is his plan, it just makes you look like you're lying about everything. So why not just stick to what he's actually saying, critique that, and break that down? You understand? He says a lot of crazy stuff, so it'd be pretty easy to really break down the stuff he's saying. So when they want to cut taxes for middle class families, they pretty much talking about the child care tax credit up to $6,000 for people for babies under 12 months old. They also talked about the earned income tax credit. They will not raise tax on anybody making under $400,000 a year. It's funny that they're talking about under $400,000 a year because people making $400,000 a year, or people making $395 a year, they're in the 1%. So you're not gonna raise tax on anybody essentially, because people making that much, there's barely anybody making more than that. There's almost nobody making more than that, if we being real. So I don't know why they're stuck on that 400,000 number, but whatever. Make rent more affordable and home ownership more attainable. So they plan on doing this thing where they want to provide first-time home buyers with $25,000 to help with their down payments with more generous support for first-generation homeowners. I just need them to tell me, is that a grant? Is that a loan? Or is that a tax credit? That's very important. I'm down with grants. I'm down with loans. If that's a tax credit, then it will not help anybody except for the people who already have the cash to put the money down. You need down payment assistance to be available at the time that you need to put the down payment down. A $25,000 tax credit. And the reason I'm saying tax credit, even though she didn't say it here, is because Biden proposed this a couple months ago. Or earlier this year, he proposed this, but he said $10,000, but they was talking about doing a tax credit. So it cannot be a tax credit. That is not going to help anybody except for the people who already have that type of money to put down. So Ms. Harris, if you ever come across this video, please make sure that we're talking about loans and grants. And even if it's a loan is far better than a tax credit. Even though, yes, you got to pay it back, it's still way better because you can actually get that money in your hand. And when it's time to buy the house, you can say, here you go. I got my $25,000 down. I could do my closing costs. I could do my down payment. I can handle taxes, register, title, everything like that. I can get it going. I can get my house. Grow small businesses and invest in entrepreneurs. Let's see what they're talking about. They know the small business boo-doo-doo. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. She has led the Biden-Harris administration's effort to increase access to capital for small businesses and bring venture capital to parts of middle America that have for too long been overlooked, driving a record 19 million new business applications, tripling the Small Business Administration lending to Black-owned business and more than doubling small dollar lending to Latino and women-owned businesses. She has also championed as part of the Opportunity Economy agenda, She has put forward a plan to help small businesses and entrepreneurs innovate and grow. She has set an ambitious goal of 25 million new business applications by the end of her first term. Okay, over 10 million more than Trump saw during his term. To help achieve this, she will expand the startup expense tax deduction for new businesses from $5,000 to $50,000 and take on everyday obstacles and red tape that can make it harder to grow a small business. So that's solid for anybody who's going to benefit from that. So the tax deduction could go all the way up to $50,000. That's pretty solid. That's pretty good actually for a new business. I'm not going to knock it. Take on bad actors and bring down costs. Here we go. Let's see here. What are we looking at? I'm looking so as president, she would direct her administration to crack down on anti-competitive practices that let big corporations jack up prices and undermine the competition that allows all businesses to thrive while keeping prices low for consumers. And she will go after bad actors who exploit an emergency to rip off customers by calling for the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging on food and groceries, which will build on anti-price gouging statutes already in place in 37 states. Okay, shout out. So they're going to ban price gouging in food and grocery. That's pretty good. Strengthen and bring down cost of health care. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Vice President Harris will make affordable health care a right, not a privilege, by expanding and strengthening Affordable Care Act and making permanent the Biden-Harris tax credit enhancements that are lowering health care premiums by an average of about $800 a year for millions of Americans. She'll build on the Biden-Harris administration's success in bringing down the cost of life-saving prescription drugs for Medicare beneficiaries. By extending the $35 cap on insulin and $2,000 cap out-of-pocket spending for seniors to all Americans. Her tie-breaking vote on the Inflation Reduction Act gave Medicare the power to go toe-to-toe with Big Pharma and negotiate lower prices. Okay. As vice president, she also announced that medical debt will be removed from all credit reports and helped cancel $7 billion of medical debt for 3 million Americans. As president, she'll work with states to cancel medical debt for even more Americans. That's pretty good for people who have that type of stuff going on. Okay, I see the comment. I'm gonna get to it. I see the comment from I Am Me Amy. I'm gonna get to it. Let me finish this up. Let's see here. Protect and strengthen Social Security and Medicare. Okay, this is a very short one. She will strengthen Social Security and Medicare for the long haul by making millionaires and billionaires pay their fair share in taxes. She will always fight to ensure that Americans can count on getting the benefits they earned. This is the interesting part about they use these buzzwords, right? We're gonna make millionaires and billionaires pay. They don't tax people based on their net worth, right? They are taxing people based on income. And the mega rich people that she's talking about, they don't take in income the way we do. That's not what. So I haven't heard her say exactly like what type of tax she's about to put in place to attack them, but they don't have income to tax them the way they, So I want to hear about that. Like how y'all plan on doing that is what I'm saying. Support American innovation and workers. This is a long one. As president, Kamala Harris will build on the administration's progress to ensure American industries and workers thrive. Vice President Harris will continue to support American leadership in semiconductors, clean energy, AI, and other cutting-edge industries of the future. She'll also fight for unions because as vice president of the most pro-labor administration in history, she shows that unions are the backbone of the middle class. She'll sign landmark pro-union legislation, including the PRO Act, to support workers who choose to organize and bargain in the Public Service Freedom to Negotiate Act, to make the freedom for public service workers to form unions and the new. Okay, so she's gonna support unions and all that good stuff. Invest affordable. All right, so y'all can come check the rest of this out. My eyes is getting. I feel like they bleeding right now. Okay, let's read the joints right here. Let me see. Z Johnson. I'm gonna just call you Z Johnson if you don't mind, but if you do mind, I'll call you Zandara. I want to say it the right way. Yeah, because everything they ask her about him, she talk under the breath about him. Brina says, say, where you find it at. Reign Supreme, happy Friday all. Shout out to Reign Supreme. Z said, but that's how they wheel people in by saying it's his plan. Yeah, that is what they do. Rebecca says she hasn't done anything for small business. This year alone has been the highest number of business shutter in America since 2008 crash. We barely hanging on. Damn, that's cold-blooded, man. They play with the numbers a lot. The Biden administration, they play with a lot of numbers. They've been out here telling people that they increased the child care credit for tax time, right? And it took 50% of black kids out of poverty. Like, that's such an insult. I'm not even gonna lie, because you trying to say that like that little $3,000 credit is changing anybody's class status. Like, what do you mean $3,000 took the kids out of poverty? That just sounds crazy. To me, that sounds just as crazy as people saying that Donald Trump's stimulus like had it lit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just as crazy. Z says she need to do price gouging for P&E. PG&E, yeah. Wait. Oh, PG&E is that's the electricity company out in Cali, right? I had actually owned stock in PG&E back in the day. Who's PG&E? I think it's the utility company out in California. I had bought some of their stock at the right time. That joint shot up for some stuff going on.